Hey, good afternoon, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, Mita.
Hey, Charlie, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thanks. How about you?
TGIF?
Yeah, that says it all.
So is today the final day for reviews and submission?
I think that's what was decided last week, that
Mhm.
we'll have this week to review and add any typo slash showstopper type of comments. So I did a little bit of that, but I decided this time I'll start from the bottom of the document because I noticed a lot of people were starting from the top, just like I normally would. So mainly just like typos and stuff is what I put as suggestion form.
Hello, hello.
Hey, Anil.
Hi. Vita, the email thread that was going on, I yet to respond to you on the PCI error behavior. Uh, I haven't finished the discovery, but it's a good discussion that we were having earlier.
Yeah, we should continue it. I think it was good.
Yeah. Drew should be joining soon. I think we are very close to calling it a done. Let's see if there are any other suggestions, inputs today.
Yeah. Awesome.
Anil, are you presenting anything this year at the conference, the Global Summit?
Yeah, there's one topic I'm doing through Meta in the AI track. And the topic is very interesting, actually. When I put together the content, I will be happy to share here and get the input. The topic is in a large cluster, completion timeout error is very common. And if we just use the reporting through AER, we don't get the header information. At least that's what we are observing in our fleet.
Yeah.
So
Not always, at
debugging,
least. Yeah.
yeah. So debugging those complete timeout is very hard. And one way to address that, at least partially, is through RPPIO. So introducing the RPPIO concept and how it can be used to diagnose a CTO. That's a topic.
Yeah, that's a very interesting topic. We're actually doing some work around that ourselves.
Yeah.
Hey, good afternoon, folks. Sorry, I was scrambling to get my audio, my random audio selection fixed.
Hey, bro.
Hey, how are y'all doing?
I was just waiting for you to join, and then let's talk about it. Where we are. Any other inputs, suggestions?
I'm just curious, today at the end of this meeting, we're going to accept submitting this. Is it going to be a v1.0 from that point? The spec?
1.5.
1.5. Okay.
So let me share the doc, and I'm frantically writing. So I'll give you all. Why don't we start with an update? We'll talk about some opens, and yeah, then we can try to go through it, see what we can do today. So I think, are there any, before we jump in, are there any other opens we want to cover? Okay, so I'll give you a quick update on where we are. I spoke to Alicia, I think her name's Chap or something, at the, yeah, she works for Open Compute, and got her guidance on what we have to do. And so she confirmed that a couple of things. One thing she confirmed is that we do have to update our document to include all the sections from the current template. And the one thing that's missing is OCP tenants should be right after the introduction according to the present template. So I'm frantically adding that, and I tried to get it done. I talked to her this late this morning, and I was trying to write it before now, but I haven't completely finished. So we can take a look at what I've done and figure out how to proceed. It's not a real big deal. It's a pretty straightforward thing. And then what she said is that we have to go to the hardware management leadership, since we're a sub team of that group, and get their approval. And there's a checklist. And so as soon as we think we're done, I'm going to start. Actually, I'll start the checklist approval now. I can do it with an abstract of the document, and that'll give us a little while to dot our I's and cross our T's. We'll submit this as a white paper, and there's a big checklist to go through, and I'm doing it for a couple other things. I've got an opportunity to present to the hardware management leadership team for the fleet memory fault management document. And what I'm going to try to do is I've got the poison paper that I've worked on, and I've got this, and I've got that FMFM document. I'm going to see if they'll let me cover all of them, or at least most of them, or whatever, in that meeting. And if not, the next meeting I think is September 11th. So we're down to the wire. We need to get this moving because we're just running out of slots, and that'll be the last slot before um, the global summit. So that's kind of where we are, and I'm pushing, and I'm pushing a bunch of them. So I don't, I'm talking to Alicia pretty regularly right now. So we'll get through. But are there any questions about what I said, or is it controversial?
Nope, let's get it done.
All right, I like the sound of that. Yes, so that's why I've been antsy. Is that I know we're running out of time. So if we can focus now to this week on just the high level things that we really have to fix to release it, that'll be awesome. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to accept Vilas's suggestion, and if Hank, seeing as Hank is now at AMD, and I think Vilas may be his manager, I'm willing to just accept Vilas's input point blank. And if Hank comes back and tells us to change it, we can. But I believe him. Okay, so we'll keep going. And Mita, I saw you were busy, which is great.
They're all
So
minor comments. I mean, like typo sort of things. So I mean, yeah, there's nothing very major. Just to let you know. So
sounds good. And I did not add the revision history. I don't know if it's really necessary, but I'll do it. And I'm just going to say, that we the primary change here is we corrected some things. We clarified the severities, but the main thing is the in-band method. Okay. So this is the section I'm adding, and like in the template it goes after the problem statement. And it's not going to be this long. I left this. I can delete this. I just thought I would show you what it said. So I'm going to delete this.
I don't know. I
But
think it may make sense to keep it, Drew, just as, why is this section required and what is expected from it?
well, but this is written as instructions. Please.
Sure. Yeah, you can maybe rephrase it just, as this section describe, how this
I'm going to
specification
delete.
complies.
Yeah, I'm going to delete this down because these are clearly instructions, and then I can make that a. Okay. This protection. This, I'm going to call it a document. Implies the OCP tenants. Okay. And I don't need subsection headers. That's part of the instructions. Okay. And so the tenets are openness, efficiency, impact, scale, and sustainability. So I've taken a whack at the first couple, and like here's the instructions, and then here's what I wrote. And in other documents, it's pretty short. So this doesn't, we just have to say, hey, we align to this, and I'm looking through these, and we really do. It's not that, shouldn't be that hard. So if it's okay with you, let's just take a quick look at what I've written, and you can tell me if it's controversial. And wherever we approve what I've written, I'll delete the instructions. So let's take a look at openness and let me know if you have any comments. So is that controversial, or is this okay?
So since they mentioned, encouraged to collaborate with other OCP projects, we could just throw in that, and it also collaborates with the RAS API OCP project. Is that?
Well, it's I think well, it's RAS API, it's Fleet Memory Fault Management.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
they all
are those projects, or those are like work stream under
they're
the
just really
hardware
work.
fault management, right? So,
Yeah.
Okay.
but
So
there's another one which is like the hyperscaler CPU one, which is a new one, I guess. Maybe that's something you could add.
that's still another fault management work stream.
Oh,
It's
is
just
it? Okay.
yeah.
I thought it was a new project, like the hyperscaler CPU management.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm not aware of it. If it is, I don't know. Oh, maybe it is. I didn't think it was.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
not
think of it.
under hardware fault management.
Okay. So, I don't know. I'd like to just keep it simple if I
Yeah,
guess.
I think it's fine. Yeah, it should be okay.
And
We
so I'm gonna,
haven't really collaborated yet, right? So I guess it
yeah.
may be okay.
Okay. Efficiency is, uh, here's the instructions. Oh, and I could also add better utilization, fewer part replacements, better utilization, and reduce capital expenses. There we go. Okay. And like I said, perfection's the enemy of good enough here. Like I want to do a credible job, but I'm not proud of this writing. It's not my finest work. I just am trying to get it done. So, but if there's any feedback, let me know.
Looks good to me, Drew.
Yeah, in the spirit of non-controversial, it meets that. And we're not striving for accuracy or completeness at this point of the game.
Yeah, it's good. It's got to be reasonably good. Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be perfect.
Exactly. So, okay, impact. I haven't written yet. I'm trying to think. I think this framework, and I'm not going to write it perfectly here, but solves key fault management problems for server operators, but can be fleet operators, but can be extended to other, computer users and, but solving, key fault management problems for server fleet operators is impact.
And driving innovation for the silicon vendors too.
Yeah, thank you. That's good. I like it. Operators is extendable to other other silicon users. And then it enables innovation silicon supply. Okay, that sounds good. So I'll delete that. Okay, and I have written scale. So this is what I wrote. And here are the instructions. Okay, is that? I'm going to delete that. So is there any feedback? Okay, I'm going to write this one, this infrastructure enables or and reduces actually I'm going to put some ends there. Enables RAS features that hate failures and enables self repair. This enablement reduces impact of server operators by reducing number of parts replaced and enabling enabling self repairs. I think like I can do a self repair and not replace a part. That's good. Okay. Oops. Okay, that's just my wonderful creative writing. I mean, that's the gist of it. I mean, we're not saving power necessarily here, but we're saving gas and like the typical no fault found rate for a lot of parts is on the order of 50%. So if we can improve that, that's got to be worth something. So is that okay?
Yeah, looks good.
All right, someone's writing up above. Sure.
Yeah, do I want to make it a little more generic rather than calling out silicon suppliers, right?
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. I mean, we want to connect things, so yeah, that makes sense. Like I said, I wrote it quickly, so I'm sure it can be improved. Okay, I think this is. Oh wait, I think that's good. I think then we've got the tenants. Okay, so you can take a look if you have the doc open, and we'll come back to if you find some concern with what we've written for the tenants. And it is inconsistent header formatting, but oh, I see. Okay, I will just apply that. I don't know why the bullet's in the other ones, but there it is. I'll resolve it. Let's see. Oh, good catch. Okay, firmware first implies system memory handling, which is not recommended due to security concerns. Oh, and I'm not sure what's going on here. Oh, invalid link. Does anyone know what these links were supposed to go to?
It's
Did
supposed
you?
to be linked to the
Wasn't it
glossary.
the taxonomy? Yeah, at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, the glossary. Okay.
Yeah.
We don't need it, right? Do we?
I don't know. It's
Because
not hard.
then it will be all over the place, right?
It's not that. It's not that hard to do. Or we can take it out. Do you want to just take it out, or you want me to fix it?
Then you have to put it all a lot of other places also, right? I
Okay.
don't know if it need to be. And if we need to be, we can next revision we can then go through the whole thing and then keep adding.
Okay.
I think those links are pointing to a local C file I see in the description of the link. That's why you can't find the document. It's pointing
Well,
to C users Anilagrava,
oh, okay. Yeah, and what it should point to is like
a
if
shared drive.
well, no, not a shared drive. So, Joshua, the way Google Docs works is if you see these blue ribbons, it's a bookmark. And so I went down and copied the link to the bookmark. So
Oh, like the anchor. Okay.
yeah, so if I highlight this and hit Control K, I don't know who System Stack is, but if I hit
No,
Control,
no, that's because I'm just looking at it. Don't worry.
okay, but if I hit Control K here and paste that link, then I will hyperlink to firmware first in the doc. So
Okay.
anyway, the links were broken. That's fine. We can leave them out. But that's what we would generally want to do is, these hyperlink to these bookmarks.
Mm-hmm.
And like anytime you want to refer to a heading, you just attach a bookmark to it, and then you can hyperlink to it. Okay, got a broken pointer. And I've unfortunately end up having to add a number. So chapter 5. I think previous section's probably good enough here. All right, prior section.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, and then replace O with E. Oh, good catch. Both these methods, yes. Oh, Mita, you're awesome. I can't see these anymore. I've read this document so many times, I'm just completely blind.
That's why this time I started reading it from the back up because the top down I
You had
had
to read
read
it
it too many
backwards, yeah.
times.
That's really funny. Okay. Space. Oh, this is great. Where's that? Oh, I see. Server fleet operators. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let's just space it like all the other ones. That makes sense. Fleet space. Oh, okay. Passes the air data. Yeah. Add space. Okay. Wow. Yes. So let's see. The Linux. Okay.
And I think Anil has responded to this, so we can just close it off. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, my main suggestion was, we decided it's not prescriptive, so maybe just reword the sentence so it doesn't have the word prescriptive. And I
Let's
suggested
see.
a
But
alternate.
How about an
what was being communicated there, like between prescriptive or something different? Like what are we
prescriptive
trying to say?
shall do this, and you have to, and we're not. This
Mhm,
isn't like the a lot of the drawings are examples of how you can compose the pieces.
mhm,
Someone wants to and Mita's got a really good point. Mita, her Pure Storage may not. They sell things that go in other people's fleets. So they may not be able to do this framework. They may have to compose things a different way for their products, and that's perfectly valid. We want to enable that. So
So is there a section that we should add then about what should be prescriptive if,
not at this
you
point.
know?
Not at this
um,
point. Maybe for the next release, but I don't think there really is. I think that the other documents will really highlight that. Like the RAS API spec will be prescriptive. It will say, here are the interfaces an endpoint must provide.
Yeah, that's a spec, and that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
for
I'm gonna
this one, you could get away with descriptive or illustrative.
I
Yeah,
did
that's fine,
suggest,
but
yeah,
sorry, the title is infrastructure requirements, right? So requirements are prescriptive.
well, some of
Uh,
the okay. Well, I think we can say illustrative of for now. Um, we're not saying there's one way to do things. We're saying there's an in-band way and an out-of-band way. I think we've said shall where we needed to, and we've said may where we needed to, and that's specific enough.
So Seb, I don't disagree with you, but normally when I think of prescriptive, I think of the solution and the requirements. They might be required, which you could argue is prescriptive, but it's not telling you how to do it. So we kind of found a little chink in the armor here.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm totally fine with illustrative here and with truly, yes, all the examples that were given. But I think, the requirements need to be clear basically in a document. So,
Yeah, and,
um,
and and I think we should make sure we say shall where we need to. I
mhm,
think we've done that as we went. But like right now, we're down to the wire, and we've been
mhm,
working for almost a year, and I'm not really, you know, not too interested in opening a can of worms.
mhm.
We can certainly queue that up, but I think it's there. Or what we may need to do is say, okay, here are the things that we must have in the other specs as well.
Mhm.
Like this.
And that's fine. We can do that later. That's okay, Drew. But I think then it's kind of important in a document too, especially when it's color requirements, right? To have that clarity.
Yeah. Well, let's work on it. I think that you have fresh eyes and you can help us
Mhm,
figure it out. Um, I think we've done it, but also you need like the history of this is that when we started, we were all over the place. This we didn't
mhm,
have focus. We weren't sure what we're working on. Everyone had their favorite pain point. And what happened is we started like kind of congealing around some common themes, and so this has been very very iterative and has evolved a long way since it started. And so these are growing pains of us going from this wide open-ended, we don't know what we're talking about, we have no goals, or not that we have no goals, we have conflicting goals, and we aren't aligned on what we're trying to do, to saying, okay, look, we've got a framework now. Um, and so I think it's fair to say we need to do a better job there. Um, let's do that, but just not, like it's a little too late now for this really.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
All right, and your changes look great. Mita, you are my hero. Effective, okay, to enable effective error triaging. Yeah. Okay, that sounds good. Should this be a subsection title? It is. Okay, I'm not sure I understand his comment. We have hardware error reporting standardization requirements.
It looked
And these are,
different.
well, this is a heading 2, and that's a heading 3. That's why. So you're saying I should just make it heading?
Maybe
Two.
just make it bold if
Well, I
No,
can make
make
it
it heading two. It's what it's equivalent to the previous one, right?
Oh, is it?
Requirements,
Okay.
solutions.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that may be what he meant. Thank you. So I'm going to resolve it. We promoted it. Let's see. Meta. Okay. Okay. Referenced here. Yes. We weren't consistent about that, so that's great that you did that. You put the dashes in for in a band and out of band.
Actually, Vilas started it on, he was going top down, and I decided he probably stopped somewhere, so I went bottom up and did the same thing. So yeah, credit goes to Vilas for that.
Okay, that's good. Well, Vilas, thank you if you're here. Yeah, and thanks for adding the glossary of terms, and eventually we'll pull this out in the next revision and just refer to that glossary. Oh, so we've got it in twice.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I just added it to the references. I guess we don't need it at there then. That's fine, yeah.
We'll do like, well, I'll just take this link out here.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, fixing in band and out of band, putting the dashes is awesome. I tend to capitalize them because I use OOB a
I think
lot.
I've left something,
Yeah, there's a problem with the
off.
there. Okay, in band.
I changed read to accessed because that was what it's not all reads. That's why I changed it to accessed.
Okay, I don't think it really. Yeah, that's fine. I don't think it matters. I think that's.
Yeah, just having consistent terminology is better. Is right thing to do.
Yeah, I think that works. Okay, I like that. I like the way you're wording it. Let's see.
I just felt that the whole thing could be replaced with inconsistent rather than half empty, and then that was the
Okay.
main message, I thought.
Yeah, it is.
And like the second half of the sentence also is just about inconsistency. So
Okay, I was trying to explain how it was inconsistent. That's fine. Okay.
And the only thing I did here is change the order because the order of the lines. I didn't change the words.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's. Okay, so I think
So Drew, I made just a few minor changes in the beginning in the tenets.
okay. The framework described in this document addresses so now I don't like ecosystem players as much, but how about I think stakeholders is a better word than players. Players is what you do with poker. So is that okay? Can I say stakeholders?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. Framework described. This solves pain points the server face. Okay, yeah, that looks good. As I said, I'm not super proud of my writing now. Oh yeah, that's good. That's a really good point, Emil, about saying like, okay, cool, thank you. That was good feedback. I highlighted this just because I added it, so I'm going to remove the highlight. Okay, so, oh, there's more. Oh, okay, I'll add the revision history. So,
No, I was thinking, Drew, since we didn't have before, can we push it out for the next release, or it need to be here?
well, it was the first release last time. So I think the thought is that when you have your second release, you got to say what you changed.
Ah, I see what you're saying. Okay.
But it's a revision history. It's going to be, I mean, we can just add it real quick, but all I'm going to say is initial version 1.0 updated, updated to reflect in-band methods or whatever you call it. Version 2, that's the primary change. And then, minor revisions otherwise.
Yeah.
So if y'all trust me to do that, I can do it right now if you want, but if you want to watch me type, that's a lot of time. I mean, I'll go grab it from the other doc real quick. But I think we're supposed to do it just because we have, two versions. That's all.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I mean, I'm okay either way. I mean, I trust you.
I don't. I really like. I'm just trying to get it done. That's the spirit of what I'm doing. So.
Yep. If there's no other topic, we have about 15 minutes or so. You can just add it now.
Oh gosh, my screen went blank. Give me one sec. Yeah, I'll just add it right now. And let me just double check the template one more time. See where they put it. Okay, they put it at the very, very beginning, ahead of the table of contents, ahead of everything. So I will put it after the contributors. Gosh, what's it doing?
I just added Pano's company name, which was missing before.
Oh, thank you. Oh, okay.
A quick question. What are the requirements in order to be in that table?
That you've written something in the doc. So, I mean, if you've given feedback, you can add your name. Do you have a link to the doc? You can just do it while we wait.
Yeah, I have the document.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So just add at the bottom.
Look at it says sorted alphabetically by company, then last name is what it says. So if you could follow this, that'd be nice. Just
all right.
be consistent.
So it's sorted by company.
Company and then last name.
Got it. All right. So it goes at the bottom, system stack then. Yes.
Okay. Okay, and then let me see. Version history is what they call this section. Version history, and that's a heading. Okay, or And so I will have to go get the date for the first version. So 1
I'll find out what you're doing it.
Oh, perfect. 1.0 author C table above. And I'm just going to say C table. I'm just going to delete that. Okay. First revision. And then here I will say added in band methods. Oh, I hate that. I know that the template has it right justifying text, but I can't bear it. Okay. Added in band methods, and you know what I can do is make that change and I'm sorry you all are having to watch me do this.
So it was released on October 6th, 2023.
Okay, 06 Oct 23. Okay. And I'll say 2023 and 2025. Okay. Okay. So added in-band methods, updated, diagrams or something, minor revisions. Actually, let's leave that out. Is that good? Is that good enough? Maybe it's method. I think it's what you call, there's out-of-band method and an in-band method, right, Anil? That's what we're calling.
Yeah, in-band method for error handling. That's okay. Just and updated diagrams.
Oh, we made other updates. I was just trying to summarize them.
Yeah. That's okay. Let's keep it simple. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then, and let me just see what happens to the table of contents. Yeah, so version history fit into it now.
If the font looks different.
I think you're right. Let's see. That's an Arial 11, and that's something 10. And that's Arial 11, source 10. Oh, man. And then my source 10. And that's, okay, here it's Franklin, heading 1. And that was for number 1. And here it's source. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, it looks like the formatting of the headers. Maybe it's changed the font on the particular header.
But like okay, if I go, let's go to background.
Okay.
And background.
Let's check what kind of
is Franklin 16.
I'll tell you what. It's a heading 1.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to reapply heading 1. Oh, that's interesting. That was the problem. Is someone had it moved when I did that. So let's see what happened. If we have to, I can go wrestle with it. No, background is still bigger. So now it's Arial 11. And the numbers are wrong.
Why is it using Arial font on the content and then on the document itself is using Franklin?
Oh wow. Your guess is as good as mine.
Out there, I think it was showing normal text
Because it's
of the heading.
normal
It was
text.
normal text. The background, right?
So is the normal text supposed to be also Franklin or Arial? I mean,
Yeah. Normal text is supposed to be Arial, I believe, and the
No,
heading I think got changed.
this Source Sans Pro in this doc.
Yeah. You want
I
to
don't-
rebuild the, if you want to rebuild the table of content, then might clean up, I think.
Let me just see something.
I can spare later some time looking at the formatting.
Okay, and yeah, and what I'd like to do is, oh, and look at this. We have 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's right, but I think the numbers are wrong. I'm sorry for scrolling so fast. Okay, we have introduction, problem statement, compliance is 3, background is 4, and then we go back to 2. Okay, so continue previous numbering. Now now the numbering's right, but it moved the 4 over.
No,
Okay,
actually, the background is 4 and fault management system should be
I
5.
think I fixed it. I told it to continue the numbering, and so let me update the table of contents. Okay, now the table of contents counts correct. No, it doesn't
Yeah,
count.
fault management should be 5, right? So I just noticed that.
So do we want also consistency on these
No,
subsections?
because it's
Yeah,
like
now-
still it's
now
saying it's normal text. The fault management was still saying normal text instead of being heading 1. I think that's a problem.
Which one? You mean
So
where
in
I
the
just
table of contents, if we clicked on the fault management, that still showed as normal text. Hence the numbering was wrong. If you
this
click on yeah. So this shows normal text on the top left of the screen.
what's heading 1?
No. So but if you go out there on the table of headers, why does it show normal text over there?
Because that is normal text.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the table of contents doesn't apply the. It does. See, none of them apply the. Oh, I clicked by accident. None of them apply the formatting. So I click here, it's normal. If I click here, it's normal. You know, this is all normal.
Yeah,
Um,
that's strange.
That's just the way the table of contents work in Google Docs. I knew that. Let me try it. Let's see if
And
more.
quick question. If I look at on that table of content, you see, say, the item number 2 problem statement, you have these bullets. Then item number 3, you have sections in numbers, subsections in numbers. So
That's just carried over from whatever people did in that chapter.
but do you want consistency across sections and subsections?
Probably. Yeah. Well,
Okay.
no, this one is template driven. So I'll probably leave that one because that's what
So
OCP.
you don't want to like bulleted?
But I think, well, if you look at most of them, it's bulleted in places and not bulleted in others.
Right.
I'm thinking maybe just remove the bullets to be.
Okay, do you want consistency then across all of the whole document?
I don't think I want to. Well, so these numbers, so Google Docs doesn't support hierarchical numbering, and so if we were to,
so you do this manually then?
yeah, so
Okay.
I really don't want to do the second level numbering because I'd be just typing it myself.
Okay.
I don't mind getting rid of the bullets, but I don't, you know, I'm inclined to just kind of leave this the way it is because it's their template. So fine, we followed your template, but everywhere else we didn't number the heading 2s because we did it in Google Docs and Google Docs doesn't do that.
So okay, so that one, say 3.1 openness, I see that's a heading 2, but it didn't put that 3.1 in an automatic fashion. It
That's
was
right.
kind
The
of,
way to tell that, I'll show you the way to tell that. See how I clicked my cursor on it, and I can edit it. You know, I can click an individual number.
yeah, you can put whatever number you want. Yeah, it'll show up.
And
Yeah,
see
yeah.
here when I click,
You're kind of faking a hierarchy.
I click this box in the heading 1, and it shows this weird highlight. I can't actually put the cursor on it. I can't actually put the cursor on the. See, I highlight this, and it highlights all of them. That's because they're automatically numbered.
Got it.
So that's what's going there. I'll sort this out. So
Drew,
I don't mind.
Can I take a swag at it? It should take me about 10 minutes after this meeting, or I'll fix
By
it.
all means, I would be so grateful if you would do that. And then just ping me when you're done, and I'll make the PDF, and and I'll send a note. I'll send a note on the Groups IO email alias with the PDF, and I'll start the submission process.
Okay, I will do that right now then.
And once again, I want to thank everyone here who is actively contributing and helping us make this document more useful and high quality. Thank you.
Yeah, me too. This is good. We've really got a critical mass here. So, and it's because y'all are helping us. So thank you. Okay. Okay, well, with that, why don't we end a few minutes, 5 minutes early and celebrate our victory?
Great job, everyone.
We did it. We should, what we should really do is get together somewhere and celebrate. But maybe at the Global Summit we can, grab a drink one night and celebrate if y'all can make it.
At OCP Summit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Which OCP summit? The one in Korea?
That sounds good. We're talking about the Global Summit here in not Palo Alto, San Jose. But yeah, I'd love to. Count me in. I'll go to Korea any day.
Yeah, send me in too.
So Drew, I think you also mentioned one time, my vision also is to organize a RAS summit as a dedicated event, and we can pick a location, and hopefully one of us can sponsor, where all the folks who are really working on this topic can get together and make more progress, and also brainstorm and discuss about various challenges and how we will solve it.
Well, and the other thing that we have, the other thing we really should probably jump to is some of the scenarios. There's perpetual confusion about PCIe error handling, and so we should walk through some scenarios there. I did a memory error scenario that we're going through an FM, and we'll bring back here. But listen, that's the other thing I'd love to do is work through some of those scenarios. If we had a face-to-face like that, we could publish this, and I'm hoping we can publish enough documents that we can educate more people about how to handle errors correctly. And as we build critical mass, it'll be easy for the server fleet operators and suppliers to align on what they need, because we'll have a more common understanding of what we need to do. And that's just been lacking in the past, and I see that changing with the work that we're doing here. So, this will really benefit us all.
Yeah, I can take an initial starting point for the white paper for PCI error handling. I'm sure many of us are actively working on that and have a lot of knowledge base.
Well, and what I was hoping we could do, Anil, is scenarios. So we go through like an example of, what you should do when you get a call or abort, or how do you set up VPC, or just there'll be a bunch of examples.
Yeah, I mean, like for example, completion timeout is the topic that I picked for this global summit, right? So just writing a white paper on that. Okay, how do we implement complete timeout?
Well, and as a reminder, we have the scenarios document because we pulled scenarios out of this document, and so I will link that to you all. But and so what I would like us to do is we'll have a scenario doc that lists the scenarios that links to a whole bunch of other documents. So there'll be like a memory scenario doc and and maybe a bunch of different PCIe scenario docs. And so we just tie them all together. So if someone says, hey, I wonder what I should do for this, you jump in the scenario doc, you pick your topic of interest, and then you hyperlink to the document that has the scenario that you're interested in. It's kind of like we want to have a table of contents, in other words.
Yep.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well, with that, thanks again, and have a great weekend, everyone.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Bye.
Everyone,
Bye.
thank you so much.
See you.
Bye.
See you, Dre.
Thank you.
Thank you.